name is Cloe Zerio. I'm an 8th grader at Waterford Middle School in Waterford, Connecticut. Have you ever felt like you're stuck in a moment that changes your life forever? Have you had a life-changing experience that you think you would never be able to get past? Let me help you, because I have gone through this too. Over the past 2 years, my life has flipped upside down. Of course, that doesn't help that it just happens to be taking over my middle school experience. My parents recently divorced during my 7th grade year. All of a sudden, my world flipped. I no longer had a normal family. I had to visit a parent. I went from seeing my parents together on a regular day basis to visiting them with my older sister. If that wasn't enough, once I finally begun to get used to this change, during this past summer, my mom was in a severe car crash. She was badly hurt. Now I had to move in with my dad. I had to live with only one parent. I had to visit my mom every other day. I was afraid that I was going to just give up on school and shut down. I was terrified. I felt stuck in this time period. Maybe your parents are divorced too, and maybe you know exactly what I'm talking about. Or maybe you have had a terrible tragedy. You just feel broken inside. So now that I have gotten somewhat used to this sudden change, I am now really getting into my future and what the rest of my life has to hold for me. I find myself daydreaming of my life 20 years from now with a job, a family, and then something says stop. Something sits in the back of my mind and tells me no. For example, I've always dreamed of going to college and becoming a teacher. But whenever I think of this dream, my mind stops me and reminds me that college is expensive. How will my family and I pay the cost? Then once I realized that the thought of college always makes me cringe inside. It made me feel worthless. I kept telling myself that it couldn't be done. It couldn't be done because of the last 2 years of my life. I know I am only in 8th grade, but these thoughts still get to me. Somehow, when I want to think of my future, these problems stop me. They are cruel. And sometimes it will be people that will be stopping me. They may not understand, and they may be mean and say that we don't have a chance. Well, newsflash, I do, and so do all of you. I believe that if everyone who has trouble with life can change it with 3 steps. Step 1, never underestimate yourself. If someone were to tell me 3 years ago that all of these things were to happen in my life, I would think that person was crazy. I never thought I could overcome these things, but I have. I thought the idea of living with one parent at a time was going to be heartbreaking to my sister and I. But I realized that after a while that we had gotten used to our split custody. Your obstacles may be different from mine. For some kids, it's divorced parents. For others, it's bad grades. But if you believe in yourself, you will get a D to an A in no time. If you can do this one simple step, it's just one piece of the puzzle. Step 2 is to never say can't. Always say I can. Because when you say that you can't achieve something, or when you say that you can't be successful, you are just sending negative thoughts instead of positive ones. When you think of negative thoughts, you are just increasing the possibility that you will not be able to achieve what you want. Saying can't sets you up for a failure every time. When I was a kid, I was always told to never say can't. Now in my mind, can't is a bad word, and I cannot use can't. Right now, my mom has to learn to walk again. She doesn't have the luxury of thinking I can't, even though it's really hard and she desperately wants to quit sometimes. I have to be strong for myself and my mom. Ultimately, can't should be a bad word to everyone. It will be a bad word in my world. The last step is the most important step of all, to never give up. Never think of yourself as not being able to do it, because everyone knows that you can. When you believe in yourself, you are not underestimating yourself, and you are not saying can't. You are imagining the best possible outcome for yourself. There is a second part to this step, and it is for you to believe in not only yourself, but to believe in everyone around you. Let a friend know who is having trouble that you will be there cheering for them every step of the way. It also helps you too. When you help someone else, and you know that you just helped that person, it will boost your self-esteem as well as theirs. If we can all use these 3 steps in our life, then I know that we will be able to make our world successful with people who have no hesitation on pursuing their dreams. This world will be more positive and will be a place where nobody has regrets on what they have become. If we keep on living like this, then we can't change. And thinking that we can't change, then we will never be able to accomplish anything. One of my teachers shared this quote with me: "It's never too late to be what you might have been," by George Eliot. This quote fits perfectly with the world that I imagine. I hope to create a world where everyone has the ability to overcome obstacles in their life and use these three steps and think, I can change who I want to be and I will be happy with any outcome that I get.